It's hard to upload or record yourself. I think it's hard for me. Stop with the use statements, Katie. It's hard for me to record myself without an audience because I like to play off other people's reactions. I'm a real face person, and not like, oh, he's got a beautiful face, or oh, her nose is so great. No, what I mean is facial expressions. They are so important to me. I have left parties because the facial expressions in the party made me feel like nobody wants me here, when it was probably just like someone was having a bad day at work, and I'm taking it all to be my fault. But facial expressions are so important to me, so important, and I'm usually pretty good at reading facial expressions. And yeah, so it's hard for me to be funny when I don't have people around. Because, like, if they laugh, I'm like, yay, I gotta laugh. I can keep going with this. And if they, like, look bored, I'm thinking, I gotta be more energetic. Look at me, look at me, look at me. But with nobody around, I'm like, do I need to be energetic? Should I be being funny? I don't know. I mean, I'm supposed to be being funny. The whole point of this is I'm trying to become a comedian. I want to be funny on recordings so that people are like, I want to listen to her. Um, so I am eventually today, my hope, now that I got my microphone working, is to record my Europe story, because I think my Europe story could work as like my headlining piece. But in order for that to happen, I need to like talk to myself, nobody else in the room, for like an hour. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm always talking to myself. The way my brain works is mostly conversations. Like I think about things in terms of conversations. So, like, I'll have the conversation with someone in my head and be like, okay, now I've worked through those emotions. But I often forget to have the conversation with the people. That's the problem when you live in your head, and I do. I very much live in my head. When I'm upset, all I got to do is close my eyes, and I am in my happy place, because my happy place is my head. In my head, all my happy things happen, and I have all my happy memories in there. And I also have bad memories, but you can close those doors, stick to the happy stuff. Last night I was sitting in bed and I just started laughing. Like, I had my eyes closed. My eyes had been closed for a while. I was just lying in bed. My partner can't tell if I'm asleep or what, because I sleep a lot. But all of a sudden I just started laughing at myself out of nowhere. And he looks at me like, what is wrong with you? I said, oh, I was just remembering a part of my Europe story, because in my head I was sort of going through it because I want to make sure I've got some laugh points. So, like, and you want to practice so that you make sure you hit the points that you want to hit, and that everything's lined up correctly. Um, a lot of people write stuff down in order to practice. I don't like doing it that way. I always thought I was a visual learner, majorly a visual learner, but it turns out I'm much more of a kinetic learner. I'm like I remember things by seeing, but I more remember things by doing, and I always refer to this as muscle memory. And I mean, like, it's muscle memory is a much smaller portion of it, I know, but that's what I sort of refer to it as. Like, when I'm going to someone's house, I just sort of can sometimes walk there, and if you said, what number is the house? Wouldn't know. What street are they on? Sometimes wouldn't know. But I'd be like, I don't know, you go to the old McDonald's building, and then you take that trail in the back, and then they're the second house that I stop at, because I always stop at the first one. Like, I'm not always. So, in order for me to remember actual things, I have to write them down. Um, One of the problems with just talking is that I've got all of these different strings now that I've left out there in my talk that I have no idea how I'm going to tie them all together now. So let's see. I'm testing to make sure the microphone works. I am. Oh, I might as well just tell you the thing that I had said that was so funny in my head. Okay. So this is going to come up when I finally put the Europe video up. But one of the funniest parts to me, okay? So what you have to remember is that I'm in Europe. I have a ticket home from a different country that I'm currently in. I need to get back to Heathrow. I've got a few days to do it. It's fine. But I don't have money for overnight stays anymore. Like, I've completely run out of all the money I had. And so, what I had read in one of the travel guides, because I didn't do a lot of reading, but I did tiny bits of reading. Actually, you know what? I probably got this more so from Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls, they read out of one of these books. If you want somewhere to stay, why not check to see if they have an empty cell at the cops? Okay? So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a police station because I have no money and I'm hoping that I can sleep in a cot in a cell. And I'm also like, how cool would it be to have slept? Like, I've never been to jail, but my only experience in jail is in a foreign country because I was out of money and I said, hey, can I have a bed? So I'm thinking this is going to be a fun little experience. So I'm looking for the police station. I've gotten off the, I'm going to say train. Had to have been a train. I'm off the train. I'm looking for a police station. So I don't own a car at this point. And at this point in my life, I'm never going to own a car. I know how to drive, but I'm never going to own a car. Okay? That's the setup. I'm a pedestrian. So in my head, I'm looking around for a sign that's going to show me where the police station is. And I see a giant P, like P in a circle, not like someone peeing. I see the letter P. And in my brain, I think H means hospital, P means police station. Because I've never had to go looking for a police station. So, like, I've just never noticed these signs all over the place pointing to them, right? So I start following these P signs. I don't like how that sounds. I start following the signs that are supposed to lead me to what I believe is a police station. I'm following the letter P. And after, like, I don't know, it's probably an hour. And I feel like I'm walking in circles. And what's even more vexing is I keep ending up in parking lots. Why are all these signs pointing me? It took me way too long to figure out that P means parking, not P means police. I'm like, shoot. That was the thing that I laughed at. Out of nowhere, my partner's like, what is wrong with you? All right. Let's see what this does.